Like, how are the levels?
Dude, they're perfect.
Is the camera running?
Yep.
How's the lighting?
It's amazing.
Talent. How does the talent look?
The talent's beautiful. Everyone's pampered and they've gone through hair and makeup. Clearly. Yeah.
Nice. What's up, y'all? Seb, Kill Iconic. We're here at Metro Gallery in Baltimore with Humble Abode. What's up, guys?
Ayo.
How was it?
It was pretty awesome. It was a sold-out show with our friends in Macari, Origami Button, and Scro. Shout out. At Metro Gallery in Baltimore, one of our favorite venues. It was a blast.
First time playing there too.
So obviously I know who you guys are, but tell them who you guys are. Tell us a little bit about Humble Abode.
So yeah, we're Humble Abode. We're from Maryland. We started playing together around 2021. We just released a new album, our debut full-length album earlier this year called Cemetery Symmetry. Yeah, it took us a little while to put it out. We were working really hard on writing and perfecting the songs and going over some rewriting and demo processes, and yeah, we put it out earlier in April, and we've just been playing some gigs and doing the thing. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Bakari, and I know that Andy had some kind of involvement with the recording process. What was that like?
Yeah, so me and Andy go way back. We've been in bands together. We were in Wander together, and he's recorded a bunch of my other bands. He really just gets my voice, and we work really well together. We knew we wanted to go with him for my vocals, and he helped out with some of the co-writing with like screams and harmonies, and he did all the editing and production on the vocals. And I think he has a really good ear and for the genre. And yeah, we were really happy with how Andy's how Andy contributed to the album.
So you released that album, and I think the public would probably want to know what's something cool that's happened, something cool that's currently happening, and something that's soon to come.
New member.
I definitely say the new member lineup. This band has gone through a lot of lineup changes, but I joined about like a year, 2 years ago almost. And we recently added Kieran as well, so it's been cool just having a full steady lineup now, and we've just been getting tighter and looking to play bigger shows. Like tonight, this is definitely our biggest show yet, and we're just looking forward to more opportunities. Hopefully next year when we put out some new music, we'll be able to get more and more shows and just do the damn thing.
I'll say another cool thing that we did earlier this year was what was that last year? Our weekender.
That was last
Holy
year.
crap! That happened a while ago, but we went out on a little weekender with Not Nearly and Cicadia, and we had never really done. It wasn't a crazy tour. It was a weekender, but it was fun to get out there and get on the road and play some cities we'd never been to before or we never played before. It was kind of a shit show at times, but it was fun. We got to play Philly, we got to play Brooklyn, and just it was really cool to meet some like-minded individuals and really sick bands, and they really inspired us, and yeah, that was a great experience. We're hoping to do some more like little weekenders and touring, like little tours when possible. We're always open to some new opportunities.
Yeah, definitely check out Not Nearly. The bassist and guitarist actually play in Scaring Kids as well. So
Something to come, big things coming, as they say. So even though we just released our album earlier this year in April, we've been writing a lot, and especially since we added Kieran to the band, because we'd been kind of sitting on that album for a while actually, so it's kind of old to us even though it's new. So we're really excited about the new songs we've been working on and like the new direction. I mean, it's familiar enough, but I feel like with the first album, it was like the first time we'd all kind of written together as a group, and we were kind of finding our sound. But now that we've played together, and we're playing more shows together. And another thing is we kind of wrote that album it was kind of disconnected. We were kind of writing demos in Guitar Pro and setting them back and forth, but we've been having band practices and writing sessions in person, and I think that really helps build a better chemistry between us.
Purposeful writing sessions, I think, has made a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
And how would you say that they're more purposeful now, or just what kind of things do you think are contributing to the process?
So honestly, I don't know if in the past we ever actually sat down to like purposefully, let's write a song or like finish up a song. I don't remember us doing that, at least. This time we are collecting in my basement and actually writing music together, which I think is, I think you can hear all of our like styles better in the music now compared to before, especially Leon. I think your style is very prominent
Just to piggyback off of that, just like the writing process in general is like Leon will come and have like a bunch of like material ready, and we'll just kind of piggyback off of that. And it's cool just having actual like pre-skeletons to a demo now, where we can constructively like put in our thoughts and just have a lot more thought out writing process now.
Hit that vape.
Hit that vape, baby.
I mean, when I joined the band in like late 2020, early 2021, we wrote that album. We wrote Cemetery Symmetry with the idea that we were going to be like, I don't know. I had this idea that I needed to like write in the style of the EP essentially, because I did not write the EP, but I thought it was really cool music. So I was like, okay, I gotta write something like this. But I feel like I'm at a point in the band where I feel secure. I don't feel like I'm going to be let out on the street. And so now I can be a little bit more personal with the music. So we just played a song, one of our newer songs that we have recorded tonight. And it's some of my favorite material. We have another song that we're about to record that I really like as well. And it just feels more intimate, I guess, to me, or more like true to the way that I actually write. Whereas, like, I love the album that we put out, but it definitely was like I was trying to write in a certain way, I guess. So I'm really excited about the EP because I feel like it's more current. It's more like what at least I'm into, and I hope that the rest of the band is into as well. But they're just along for the ride. So
I would also say it's like it feels more organic and like natural, like flowing naturally, because the album we wrote, we were like, well, it was also kind of during the pandemic. It was during the pandemic. We're not going to go into that, but like it was very disconnected. But now, like we never even performed those songs in person before recording them, like at practice. But with this new material we're writing, we're getting together and like ironing out the kinks before we record anything, and like I'm actually there in person singing the songs to figure out like how I'm gonna phrase things, and like not just like, well, that's how it's gonna be, and like so I think that's really helped, like with more like
Yeah, it makes it more
And
feel more
Jackson
genuine.
being the magical wizard with his mixing.
Yeah, Jackson has really stepped up with the production aspect of things, and like upgraded his studio a lot, and it's been really nice just being able to record stuff on the fly and whenever we're ready, versus having to like it also kind of took way too long to record our last album in some ways. So this time I think we're just a lot more focused, and we have
I think that tends to happen a lot too, where you write music and it takes a long time to be recorded and then put out. So I definitely understand what you guys mean. And sometimes once you even get labels involved, then it takes even longer, because they might have their own opinions on when something should come out,
Yep.
I want to hear a little bit from Kieran. So as a new member, I know obviously, so they've spoken about, Leon has spoken about like the old material and how now he's writing the new material and it feels a certain way. So as a newcomer, what are some thoughts regarding all of that?
Yeah, I would say intimidation is probably the biggest internal feeling.
Leon intimidates you?
No, Leon doesn't.
He's like, listen.
It's definitely internalized intimidation. Coming into a very well-oiled machine is difficult, and so I'm still kind of tiptoeing around, finding my way, and then that isn't to say that the band has been intimidating. Like, Leon has not been intimidating, nor has anyone else.
We just beat him up and then just like gave him the guitar. Like,
is that why you have all those bruises? If you need help, we can get you out right now.
Yeah, I'll wink a couple of times and you'll know. But no, they've all been very open and welcoming, and even like material that I've written outside of the band that I've tried to bring in has been welcomed with open arms, and everyone's been very accepting of it. And so like it's also kind of a dream come true. I remember when Leon joined the band, I was like, let me know when I can join. And so it's crazy that it happened. It's very exciting that it happened, and I'm happy to be here.
I felt the same way when I joined, so.
Well, it's a new environment, right? And Greg and I have always spoken about the band being like a marriage between 4 or 5 different people, or whatever the amount, so if you can survive a band, you could probably survive a one other relationship.
Oh my God, yeah, that's crazy.
Humble Abode, do you have some parting words for the people at home?
go to shows, support those little bands. You never know, you might find some cool bands out there. Thanks to anyone who's ever checked out our music. Thanks if you're going to check out our music. That's rock and roll, baby.
That's rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, and just like make sure that you harass venues that don't have toilet paper or like closing doors.
That's right.
If their stall doesn't lock, you might be in danger. And then the stall doesn't lock, you have no toilet paper. Come on.
Because the band members need to poop, like we all do. So, yeah.
But still support those venues anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Seb, Kill Iconic, Humble Abode. We'll catch you guys later.